I was just talking about my kitchen show coming. I'm actually gonna be cooking when I get off the air, and the only people that I haven't invited to my house are the ones who are in my mattress. And I need to know how to get rid of those freeloaders who are munching on stuff that I don't want to know about and leaving things behind. And I think that's one of the reasons that RAYCOP is such a phenomenon here, my friend.
It really is. Watch this. I can be doing just the mattress.
Right.
I can be doing the bed that's completely made. Look how light. This is like a microfiber sheet set here.
Yeah.
And look, it has just
so
the
cool.
right suction, because as you can see, it's not sucking up the sheets. It's only grabbing those dust mites, their fecal matter, their unhatched eggs. This is an incredible machine, but I'm speaking to the people, I'm speaking to you at home who may suffer from allergies. Do you suffer from allergies? Does a family member or loved one in your home really suffer from allergies? You're waking up with swollen eyes, itchy skin, maybe watery eyes, you have that coughing. And so what you wanna do is you wanna bring home the RAYCOP, because this is the solution you've been looking for. This is a fabric sanitizer. This is also a UV vacuum. And so it works with the power of UV, and this is going to be pulling out, destroying, harming, altering the DNA of the dust mites. And the dust mites are one of the largest culprits, one of the largest allergens that are affecting your allergies. In fact, did you know that the dust mites, their fecal matter, excrete a protein that really inflames some asthma? It can cause asthma. So, you know, we're not making a medical claim here. We're just providing the root to the problem. We are getting a solution that's getting to the root of the problem.
Well, and Alexandra really hit the nail on the head. It is the only product that we are aware of that actually disrupts those little dudes. You know, it really does. It disrupts, it vibrates. Then of course it kills. It has that UV light that we'll talk about. And then it removes that debris with that precisely calibrated suction that will go over curtains or bedspread or directly on top of the mattress, your pet bed, your decorative pillows. And we're doing it exclusively here at HSN for a little over $33 on your credit card. And you know, the thing is, Alexandra, all you have to do is you empty that little dust cup, and then you can even rinse that off. Now, of course, you'll want it to let it dry before you put it back in. But over and over and over again, this works every single time.
This works every single time. Now, I just wanted to show you, see, it doesn't have to be a production. Did you notice how I was working on the bed that was already made?
Right.
I want you to use this, whether you strip the bed and you're doing this on laundry day and you want to get right to the mattress, or you're coming home from a long day, you suspect that your pet has been on the bed, you're very sensitive, or a loved one or a baby, somebody is very sensitive, and you want to give this a pass. Now, once you have given this a pass, you're going to take that dust cup. Now, this is the real ick factor, because I want to show you. This is the dust cup when it's clean. This is the large filter, the large dust cup. But look, after just passing, every single person who has brought this home does the dust cup challenge, and they are horrified at what seems like skin cells, what looks like things that they know they don't want to be sleeping on, and they're not surprised. And so I'm going to really show you how this works.
Absolutely. And you know what, guys, have we seen the videotape? Because I think that
we have to show that.
That for me kind of that summarizes everything.
Yeah, right? It really does. So this is how your RAYCOP works at home. You're going to pass this over the mattress or any of the textiles, and what will happen is that UV light, that's a nice long 6-inch large UV light, and that UV light is going to alter the DNA, stop them in their tracks, harm them, kill the viruses, the bacteria, 99% of the viruses in the bacteria. Then it has the pulsating pads that are shaking up and down so that they can, you know, they have little claws like lice.
Yeah, they
Imagine
do.
lice.
Yeah.
This isn't lice. These are more like spiders or chiggers. They're translucent. They are very small. Our eyes can't see them, so we're cleaning the unseen. They feed off of our shed skin cells. You can see our skin cells that are constantly shedding, and they feed off of them, and then they procreate and they multiply and they lay eggs, and then you have hatched eggs, and then they die. So then they have fecal matter and they have carcasses. Are you shocked that you're waking up in the morning sniffling at your nose or your eyes? Are you surprised now? You know, 70% of allergies #1 culprit are the dust mites. Now you press the button, you plug this in, it's got a nice long lead cord. You press the button, you hold it down, and this is going to turn on that UV light, okay? Now, this is where that large dust cup is. See right here? Now you turn this upside down. You see how long and large, nice big large UVC light. C being a particularly strong spectrum that is really getting to, you know, doing the damage to those little critters, okay? And then it also has these pulsating pads. I'm just gonna turn this upside down. The pulsating pads are right here. Thank you for my little water demo.
I knew what you were looking for.
There you go. When you put a water bottle on here, when this is shaking your upholstery at home, see that? It's making the water bounce. Those are the pulsating pads.
So that disrupts sound.
They have claws.
Yeah.
And so we want those claws to loosen. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. I just saw the green out of the corner of my eye.
By the way.
Thank you. And then last but not least, we have just the right amount of suction, because that suction, this is not the suction that is, you know, practically removing the paint or taking the chrome off of a hitch. This is the suction that is perfectly calibrated. You can see how strong it is just in this demo with the beads. But the point of my showing you this is because I want you to see it is really moving and picking things up. But it's the right calibration, because otherwise, when I was doing the microfiber sheets, if it was that regular strong suction, it would be pulling it out
or even your sequin pillow. And here's the thing, I would love for Alexandra to tell the story about how this came to be. It's an immunologist who developed this?
Yes, Dr. Michael Lee. I'm showing you like what they sell on the market, these little tiny UV lights that you are to pass.
And that's only one part of the puzzle too. So remember, that's not disrupting and you know, engaging them.
Extracting from here. This is really, so I was just showing you what's on the market, or these plastic pillow covers or mattress covers that are just really trapping everything.
And that's
what Shannon was bringing up was that this was developed by an immunologist. He's the doctor you go to when you actually have allergies. And Dr. Michael Lee created this because he saw so many patients that were suffering.
He did.
And so he created the RAYCOP. He was out of South Korea, and now he's in Japan, excuse me. 12% of all homes in Japan have a RAYCOP, because they understand the importance of working with UV, and they understand the concept of having this type of appliance in their home. So also, when you're going to wash your dust cup when it gets real dirty, I usually, you know, I'll just kind of get all the large, oh my goodness, look at this, right? I like to bring this from, I mean, look at all that. But then you just pass this under running water, or you submerge this into water, and you just kind of, I like to use the pads of my fingers. It's a little more gentle than even a brush. Okay, and just a couple of seconds.
Look at all that debris, though.
Oh, look at all that debris.
And of course,
let it dry and then
before you pop it back in. Isn't that smart?
And then it also has the HEPA filter, very important to capture those really tiny microorganisms, those pathogens, the mold spores, and all the other tiny 0.03 microorganisms. Remember, one strand of hair is 100 microns. This is capturing 0.03 tiny microns. And every other year, you'll replace this.
And Alexandra, I think this is a mistake that a lot of people make, because she is our BFF in the home. A lot of people are watching, they're saying, oh, but I keep a clean house. I dust, I vacuum, I, you know, take care of my house. You know, it doesn't matter how neat or how clean you are. We're talking about the stuff that's there, whether we really realize it or not.
Now I'm speaking to the person at home who's really OCD and prides themselves on having that immaculate home. I guarantee, if I came to your home and I passed the RAYCOP, even on a mattress that you have only slept on a couple of times, it's brand new. You've slept on it a couple of times, and you have brand new clean sheets right out of the dryer, clean mattress pad, clean everything. If I come in with the RAYCOP, I guarantee you, if you are alive, that you are shedding dead skin cells. And so it is inevitable. Now, how else are you cleaning your other upholstered items? Are you waiting for the cleaning man to come once a year and do the deep clean? What about the viruses that this is now attacking because of that UV light? And let's not forget our four-legged friends. My dog, Queen Elizabeth, she can suffer from dust mites and be allergic as well. So you want to pass your RAYCOP right over the pet bed even if you launder your pet bed regularly,
sure,
in between, not a bad idea to go ahead and pass your RAYCOP right over your pet bed. And then all of your decorator pillows, you can't launder those.
You can't.
So, but guess what? The dust mites are still getting on those. So you're gonna feel like, wow, I'm not coughing as much.
Yeah.
You're not using as much. Rave reviews, read the reviews. This is one of those products. You really don't see a lot of people sending this back.
You don't, and yeah, I encourage you to read those reviews. Remember that it is an HSN exclusive. We always kind of lobby the RAYCOP family to get more of these on the air, but they really only do this in kind of limited exposure and limited availability. Alexandra, I know, thank you again, Brando. If all we did is play that video, I think that's what really resonates.
Well, it really resonates because this is like years ago, well, a couple hundred years ago when we didn't know what bacteria was, but everybody was getting the fever. But then we learned about bacteria. So you're now cleaning the unseen, what your eyes cannot see, all right? We are not making a medical claim, but we are talking about a factual dust mite that is living, breeding, and shedding, and doing all of these horrible things in your upholstery. And this is an appliance that you're going to bring into your home. RAYCOP is a UV fabric sanitizer that is not only going to harm and disrupt the DNA of the dust mites, but it is also going to shake them and extract them. And that is critical. And we never make claims that we cannot stand behind. We are saying this is a tool to help you. Just give it a try, and then join the people who have said, oh my God, I can't go another day without it.
I know, and it's so funny because, first of all, we love Alexandra, but my nose actually, I need a Kleenex every time we do these shows because
give you the creepies.
Well, you know how sometimes when we do a demonstration, we'll say cleaning demonstration simulated. These are the messes that Alexandra brings in from home. And the thing is, and Alexandra, like I said, she's our BFF in the home, but she keeps a very clean, beautiful place.
I really try to.
But I guess my whole point is, it's kind of like the drain cleaner that we had. It's like death and taxes. You're gonna get a clog. There's stuff in your mattress.
Absolutely.
There's stuff, your wing chair, your decorative pillows, your pet bed. And this is that triple threat or that tri-pronged approach where you not only disrupt, you've got the light to kill and then that calibrated vacuum to extract them and what they left behind.
Absolutely.
And you are getting it at home for a little over $33 on your credit card. Pretty much almost universal rave reviews. I'd encourage you to read some of those reviews. Alexandra, I love this demonstration because that's something I wouldn't do with my regular vacuum. It's calibrated, as you say, right?
Perfectly calibrated so that it's not going to pull up even your most gentle fabrics. So this way, look how light and airy this microfiber sheet is. If I took a regular vacuum to this, it would be pulling on it and you would really have a problem. You would have to strip the bed.
You would.
And if you had to strip the bed, you would only do this on cleaning days. It would be so much more of a production. You might be saying, oh, Alexandra, I go ahead and I pass my vacuum on my mattress. And that's fine, so you're pulling things out, but it's not designed to really do that. This is designed specifically to target the dust mites and their matter. Don't you wish you had this at home right now? I know you're at home right now and it's been a long day and maybe you celebrated today in St. Patrick's and you just took a shower and you used your Beekman bar and you're clean and you think you're getting into your bed. Look at that fluffy bed. Let's put the black light on. Well, I'm sorry to gross you out on this night, but this is what you're getting into. They are moving. In the middle of the night, you think you felt something? You probably did. I mean, they're tiny, all right? But those little brown flecks, those are your shed, dead skin cells. I'm hoping that's what those are. At least that's what's going into the fibers right now. As long as you are alive, you're shedding those dead skin cells, and they want to stay as close to the surface of the mattress where all the good food is, all right? And then RAYCOP has those pulsating pads. You can see how it's shaking the debris, loosening the claws from the fibers, that UVC, ultraviolet light with that C spectrum, particularly strong spectrum, that is stopping them in their tracks, harming their DNA, and then harming their unhatched eggs so that you can feel better and know even if you don't get this because you have allergies, you can have a really deep down clean home.
Absolutely, and you know, read some of those reviews. I would encourage you to do that. It is the only, it's a tri-prong approach, so you're not only disrupting, you kill with the light, and then of course you extract. And it's interesting because we actually sell more RAYCOPs when Alexandra is off the air, because I think that what happens is people watch the presentation, they think about it and they go, oh, you know what? She's right. And I think every show host, even our crew members, like, oh, you get kind of the willies, but you're like, she's right. She's right.
Well, it's not, it's, the proof is in the pudding. There are, see, it's one thing when I'm talking about something that you cannot see, okay? It's another thing when I open up the dust cup, and it's one thing when you're like, okay, I saw some of those larger fibers. You're always gonna have larger fibers. It's when I really start to pull back and you can see the really fine particles.
Yeah.
That's the culprit. Solution, root of the problem. I can't wait for you to get yours at home.
There you go. I know Alexandra will be back in a couple of days if there are any remaining, because it sells out every time that we are here. Happy St. I know. Ooh, ooh. Thank you, Alexandra.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Have a great night.
I give her a hug, but she was touching all that stuff.
I gotta go wash my hands out.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. Well, to help me get all